Today we want to work with changing the subject of the formula. There are different cases, but let's see how you guys manage to understand it, or let's see if the video is going to help you in some sort, right? Changing of the formula is very good whenever you're dealing with different formulas, especially when it comes to area, or you have consumer mathematics, trigonometry, and then changing of the formula just makes the amount of formulas less, because from one formula you can actually take out like 2 formulas or 3 formulas out of it, based on the manipulation that you have from the formula, right? And then this is what we will try to cover with this topic, which is changing the subject of the formula. Basically, it's having a formula, and then from that formula creating a sub formula or another formula to, let's say, solve for a different thing that you have, but that comes from the formula, right? Let's take a look at case 1. Case 1 is going to be whenever you have a plus, right? Whenever you have a plus, or let's call it symbols connected by a plus, right? And then we have the first example 1. We have v equals to u plus t. In this case, based on the formula, you can notice that you have v, u, and t. And of course, this formula, it might be maybe something talking about velocity time. I'm not really sure what u is, but it's a formula. It's one of the formulas where you will be asked to solve for v given t or u. If you're asked to solve for v and you have t and u, then you just add the 2 of them and then you're done. But what if it is asking you for t? Then what would be the formula that you will use, right? So from this formula here, we will derive with 2 or 3 more formulas depending on what the question is. And then let's say here it is solve or make, right? Make t the subject of the equation. What this is asking you to do, make t the subject of the equation, means that you want to hear t equals, and then you have the formula on this side. With this one, you can notice that you have v. V is the subject of the equation. So we want to work it out such that t equals to something, right? And then before I proceed, I want to just show you something that maybe it helps me and maybe it will help you. That whenever you have the problem and you have terms, which in this case you have 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. You have 3 of them. One is separated by the equal sign, and then the other one is separated by the plus, right? Then it could be separated by division, it could be separated by multiplication, it could be separated by powers or whatsoever. So for me it helps to remember this, that if you see addition, then the opposite of it would be subtraction, right? If you see multiplication, the opposite of it would be division. If you see powers, let's put it as a to the n, then the opposite of it would be the nth root of the number, right? So try to remember this. We will take a look at the nth root and all of that later on, but we want to focus on the first one, which is whenever you have a plus. Whenever you have a plus, then the way to get rid of it, or the way you want to remove what you don't want from this side, is by subtracting, right? And whenever you have a subtraction, then of course it's going to be addition. If you have multiplication, then how do you get rid of it? It's division. And when you have division, to get rid of it, you do multiplication, right? So let's go back to the problem. So we have v equals to u plus t. How do I solve this now? Since I'm making t the subject of the equation, or I'm trying to leave t by itself, then notice that on the side where t is, I have that u plus t, right? What separates them is a plus. So how do I get rid of u? Because it's plus, remember what I said, because it's plus, then we need to minus, right? So we're going to minus. I'll rewrite this here, and then notice what I'll do. Minus u and minus u. What I do on one side of the equal sign, I must do it on the other side of the equal sign. It's just like balancing off. If I remove 2 pounds of flour, I must remove 2 pounds of flour so that it's balanced then. Notice that on this side, u minus u becomes 0, and then you have this v minus u equals to t. Have I made t the subject of the equation? Have I left t by itself? Yes. So my answer is that t equals to v minus u. I just switch it. I just switch the t at the front, so I have t at the front, right? So that is going to be changing the subject of the equation, and in this case it's a very simple one because it's just going to be addition. Let's take a look at another one. If we take a look at another one, right, j equals to 5 plus r, and then what we want to do is we want to say solve for r. If it says solve for r, it goes back to what question 1 was saying, make t the subject of the equation. This one is saying make r the subject of the equation. How do we make r the subject of the equation? Well, we take a look at the formula. Where is r? R is on this side, on the right side, and then we can notice that there are 2 terms there, the 5 and 1 is r, separated by plus. So I need to leave r by itself, so that means I need to get rid of the 5. J equals to 5 plus r. How do I get rid of the 5? There is a plus here in between, so that means I must use minus here. So I will say minus 5. Now notice also that you can put plus or minus any way you want, because what would make 5 be 0? 5 plus 5, 5 plus 5 would have made it 10. So it would have been 5 minus 5, right? So that makes it 0. You want to eliminate here. Now what we do to that side, we must do to the other side, right? So that's r, and then that's going to be j minus 5. So my answer here is r equals to j minus 5. Right? I hope you guys are understanding. Let's take a look at one more. In this case, we want to take a look at one that we already know. The amount equals to the principal plus the interest. You guys remember this formula? This one comes from either simple interest, where you find the interest and then to get the total amount that you will pay back is going to be the principal plus the interest. Well, let's take a look at this formula. In this case, let's look for transpose for p. Now what this one is telling you to do is to make p the subject of the equation. And again, if you take a look, p plus I, those two are on this side here. What do I need to get rid of? I need to get rid of the I, right? The I needs to go on the other side. P plus I. So that means that I will have to take the I to the other side. It is separated by plus, so that means that what will make I 0? I minus I will make it 0, right? Make sense? I minus I, 0. What I do to the right, then I must do it to the left, minus I. When I'm saying left and right, it means on the other side of the equal sign. The equal separates the two sides. The left is this side, the right is this side. We said minus I on the right, so we say minus I on the left. So we have A minus I equals to P. Are we finished? Have we made P the subject of the equation? Have we transposed for P? That is yes. So we say answer P equals to A minus I. Right? Any questions? If you have any questions, then just leave it on the comment or on the forum, and then I will get back to you as soon as possible.